A local hobby shop, White Rose Hobbies, contacted us and asked if we could design and build a mold to run sample parts for the model train industry. They wanted a few hundred samples to test the market but did not want to incur the cost of building a steel mold. Ideally, they wanted a prototype mold that could produce some parts as cheap as possible, since they did not know if the industry would be interested in the product. The amount of parts they wanted did not justify building an all-steel mold, and it would have been more expensive to 3D print a few hundred parts. We suggested making a mold cavity out of 3D printed materials and running their samples in that mold. We made 3D CAD models of the part and runner and had Protolabs produce the 3D printed cavity blocks out of their preformed material. This material is infused with ceramic filler to strengthen the material and help it withstand higher temperatures. The cavity blocks were put into one of our universal modules, and we started developing the process to produce their parts. We were unsure how the material would transition through all the varying part thicknesses, so the runner was designed to encompass the parts and had multiple gates. With customer approval, we made changes to the printed inserts based on issues we noticed during the original sample run. We shortened the amount of runner to minimize excess scrap, reduced the amount of gates to eliminate knit lines, and added an overflow to allow material to flow beyond the last point of fill on the part. By changing how much material we were using, we were able to reduce the cost of the final product. Lastly, we made the final part prototypical to scale of the real AEI scanner. By making all these changes and running some samples, we saved time and money by eliminating potential issues before a steel mold was made. Once White Rose Hobbies found that there was a market for these parts, they requested a steel insert to be manufactured. The 3D printed material held up extremely well for the amount of time needed to develop a process and run a few hundred shots, and was easily modified to correct the potential issues we would have on the steel mold. The parts were then sent to White Rose Hobbies, where they were packaged for individual sale. The finished part gets painted by the end user and looks realistic in this model railroad layout. If you would like to purchase your own scale model railroad AEI scanner, please click on the White Rose Hobbies link below. If you would like to learn more about Master Tool and Mold, or would like to discuss your project, please click on the Master Tool and Mold link below. Thank you for watching.